Okay, this foot here now is a classic long toe, low heel foot, and the problem is the fact that the caudal part of the foot, the back part of the foot, is very weak, and the tubules are run forward. And so on these kind of feet, typically what you have to do is you have to give the foot some kind of additional support other than what the heels will have, which means you have to engage the frog and make that frog carry part of the load. And so what we're going to do on a foot like this here is it isn't the fact that the heel doesn't grow, it's the fact that it grows in a forward manner, and lots of the heel tubules are crushed. And so when you trim these feet, it's relatively easy because you only have to trim the front half of the foot. And in the second picture here, what we're doing is we're taking off the toe from about the midpoint forward, and it's important to kind of leave those heels as much intact as you possibly can and not disturb any of that strength and integrity. Ideally, what you do is you want that frog about the same plane as the heels, and that way the weight is going to be distributed evenly. And so what we're going to do here is we're removing the front half of that toe, not taking very much sole out of that toe. We want a good solid foot and leave as much mass there as possible. What we're doing with the torch here is the fact that this foot here has a pretty solid and thick sole callus, and it's pretty dry and hard. And so by using the torch, what it does is it brings the moisture out of the interior part of the foot to the surface, and then you have to quickly take and use your knife and remove the sole. And it also softens the wall up a little bit too, which just makes it a whole lot easier to remove that dead sole and horn. This is a natural balance center fit shoe. The principle of this shoe is the fact that what it does is it moves the breakover point farther on back, and so what we're doing is we're removing the leverage point of the front part of the foot, which consequently is going to take a lot of that stress off of that toe, and what we're going to do is we're going to move it caudally to the back part of the foot and make that heel carry a little bit more of the load, and by doing this, the heels will regenerate somewhat and we'll get a little bit more heel. Although this foot is never, ever going to be to the point where what we would call an ideal foot. This is dental impression material. It comes in a hard and soft version. The pink that I use is a soft. It's provided by Equilux. This is a very, very nice material because what it does is it's going to provide a little bit of cushioning and also going to support that back part of the foot, but not put any kind of undue pressure on it. What I've been doing recently is I've been mixing it with copper sulfate powder, and what that does is it keeps the bacterial level in the foot under control, and so you're not having problems with thrush and that sort of thing. The dental impression material is a two-part mixture. It's a resin and a hardener. What you do is you take and knead them together. This point here, it's after the kneading has been completed, and we're just putting it into the bottom of the foot. At this point here, I've already fitted the shoe, and I've cut the pad. We're in the process of nailing it on. This is a Castle frog support pad, which works very, very well in these kind of situations. This is a wedge pad. And so what we're doing is that wedge that you can see is at the same level as the bottom part of the foot that's making contact with the ground. And so now when this horse is stepping down and he's making even contact with that outer rim of that shoe, plus he's engaging that frog. And so instead of the heels having to carry the full load of this horse's weight, now it is distributed to the frog, which is going to aid in rehabilitating these heels. It's kind of important to have that toe fit correctly. You don't want it too far forward, and you don't want it too far back. Generally, this shoe is configured so you use the front point of the frog, and it's going to be generally about a 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch from that point forward, as you want that inside rim of that shoe.